Welcome back. The Rössing Foundation was established in 1978 by Rössing Uranium Limited through a deed of trust to implement and facilitate corporate social responsibility activities within the communities of Namibia. The Rössing Foundation undertakes a broad spectrum of community development interventions, and in particular, the furtherance of education to Namibians to achieve greater national productivity and to enhance lifelong learning through capacity strengthening of teachers and learners. The foundation donated over 450,000 worth of textbooks to 2 schools just this week, and they're set to have a cleaning campaign in Test this Saturday. To share more on this is Manager of Liaison and Community Development at the Rössing Foundation, Immanuel. Maria Lisa, good evening and welcome.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
Well, this is quite a substantial donation. Talk to us about, how you think these donations of, the textbooks will enhance the learning environment at Marintal Secondary and St. Therese. Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm actually just coming from Mariental and Tess, and it was really a pleasure to hand over the donation to the schools, and it's really to get them ready for next year. As you know, most of the schools ended today, and really it's just to enhance learning. If you look at the education situation in the country, especially in areas that are a bit more far, rural areas, you find that a lot of kids are sharing textbooks. Sometimes it goes up to 7 kids per 1 textbooks. So this is really the interventions that we are trying to assist, helping government in achieving this ratio, so that they hope to have at least 1-to-1. So each learner needs to have a textbook on their own. And this is the intervention where we are contributing. So we expect the donation to enhance learning of the learners, to also learn at their own pace when you have your own textbook, and also when you're in class, you use the textbook as a reference, to follow the teacher.
Right.
So it's really an impactful, targeted intervention for the kids to enhance their learning in a classroom, and of course contribute to the national passing rate.
Yeah.
As you know, this year already, when the results came out, it was not really a good picture generally, and it was a bit more controversial around. So it's a really big education is a big key thing to our economic development, and we are very honored to actually be assisting and contributing in this way.
Yeah. Can you share a bit more on, the specific subjects or areas covered by the donated textbooks?
So the Rössing Foundation, where our focus is very much on science, so science-based textbooks. So we donated maths books, physics, chemistry, biology, and then we also added business management there, because I think you can be anything else, but you need to have a bit of a business perspective. It helps one to do critical thinking. So that is actually our target. It's really science-based. We're in the science, helping the science field and the learners to enhance their science learning.
Right. Talk to us about the other initiatives or programs that the Rössing Foundation, has in place to support education in Namibia.
So the Rössing Foundation, we have 2 centers, one based in Ondangwa, one based in Swakopmund, and at those centers we are actually offering practicals, especially, as I said, in the science subjects. We have about, let's say, 3-level program. We have the after school for schools in the vicinity of the town. If you are in Ondangwa, schools around Ondangwa or Shana, they come there after school, and they do practicals, laboratory exercises, so that they are able to actually supplement what they learn in school, to come actually and see the solutions, chemistry solutions, physics, how does it actually work. And we are aware that, of course, in terms of even lab at school, we have we don't have enough laboratory, or if we have labs, we don't have enough materials to actually allow learners to practice. So the center offer that service. We also allow out-of-school youth that can come from morning to the evening and use the center. We have libraries there, and we have computers there where they can come and do their things, learn, read, and even just type out CVs, those that are looking for jobs. So that's the main one. We also have a laboratory van that goes out to rural schools, drive to rural schools, set up a classroom format, and they actually demonstrate science practicals to learners in rural schools. And with this intervention, we're actually touching about 4,000 learners per annum when we go around with our van. So that is really to also supplement in terms of the donation that we are making, using our infrastructure centers to allow practical learning for learners and out of school youth. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, you're also going to be undertaking a cleanup campaign in Tess on Saturday.
Yeah.
Elaborate on the goals and outcomes for this campaign.
Yeah, so it's very wonderful. When I was in Tess today, everybody's looking forward to the cleaning campaign. So we are very happy to be supporting them. So this is the Tess Village Council can come together. They want to clean up their town. And you know, when you do cleanup campaign, you know, you are obviously reducing the waste, you know, of the environment, the pollution, you know, and also our goal, you know, we want to be the cleanest country in Africa. I do believe we are the cleanest country in Africa, but we just want to...
Do we still hold that #1 spot?
I think we do. Having traveled to Kigali, they are quite clean and they are cleaning every day, but I think we are doing also the same.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that at least almost every town is cleaning actively, to remove the waste, you know, to just keep the environment clean, you know, and a lot of waste can also be very detrimental when it comes to even children, livestock, water. So it's not just having litter on the floor. It can be very detrimental. So we want to, on Saturday, we are going to test again to help them clean up. They are very ready. And we actually have a more cleaning campaign lined up for next year for the different towns, especially rural-based town outside Windhoek town. And that's really our focus when it comes to helping or supporting.
Speaking on your plans for next year, what are your future projects and plans in the pipeline, for the involvement in education and community development in the country?
Yeah, so the Rössing Foundation has in place a strategic plan that runs from 2023 to 2027. Very targeted. We have 8 focus areas, and our primary one, we are known for education. So in this strategic plan, we have other activities that we are adding on top of the education, which involves water solutions, sanitation. We want to build community hostels for kids, want to build them. We also want to build, or we would be embarking on building clinics, so access to health, especially in rural areas. We are also into enterprise development, specifically also targeting innovative youth. So any innovative youth that is out there, welcome to reach out. But we are also having very targeted focus on the areas of enterprise development, where we want to help women and youth, rural-based enterprises to actually support them in terms of elevating their solutions, their projects, with, of course, ultimate goal of improving their livelihood, improving their income. So that's a very big focus. We also have a general focus on governance. Of course, I think this one cannot be stressed enough. Every intervention that you have, you need a very strong component of governance to ensure impact, to ensure sustainability. So we are very busy next year. We have a lot of projects that we are rolling out into our theme areas, as I mentioned. Yeah.
Fantastic. How can individuals or organizations, get involved and contribute in support of the Rössing Foundation's endeavors? No,
thank you very much. We believe in partnership. We believe in coming together and actually maximizing the impact. So if I have 400,000 now, I can support the 2 schools, but if I have 3 more partners adding 450,000, I think we can support even more.
Yeah.
So as a Rössing Foundation, for us, we are very much open. We are, and our target actually is to to support government efforts. So our strategic plan is very much aligned to the developmental goal of the government, and looking at those gaps where we can actually fill, especially as you go further outside the city, looking at vulnerable people, as I mentioned, rural-based, disability, youth, women, all these groups that we all know in terms of vulnerability. That is really, really our focus. And yeah, we are very much open. We are calling out other foundations, other organizations that have the same interest to reach us, and we can see how we can actually enhance and increase our impact as well as our sustainability as the focus of our interventions. So,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. All the best with the cleanup campaign in Tess on Saturday.
Thank you very much. I'm inviting everybody around the road. Let's go and clean up sets.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
That was Maria Lisa Immanuel speaking to us there. If you only just joined us, you're watching the Daily Roundup with Nina. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.